Can you tell I'm excited? Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Ian, I'm Ian the Reader, and today I have a super exciting video for you all. The awesome Fina over at Fina Reads put together the Sisterhood of the Traveling Book Box. If you've been following her channel, or maybe even a number of other channels for a while, you may have heard of this before, but essentially Fina contacted a bunch of us booktubers and asked if we wanted to be a part of it. She put a bunch of books in a box and mailed it to one booktuber, and then they decided how many books they wanted to take out of it and how many they wanted to put in, and then they pass it to the next booktuber. So it's just a box that travels along all across the United States of America, and it's really exciting. I have no idea what books are in this book box, but I am super excited to dig in and find out. All of us who are part of this are posting our unboxing on the same day, so go ahead and head over to Fina's channel. I'll link it down below, and I'll link all the other videos down below as well, so that you can follow along as the book box travels across America, and everybody gets to find out, what exciting books are inside, and you can see what they choose to keep and what they choose to put in. I'm so excited and happy to be a part of this, though. Like I said, all of the other amazing booktubers are linked down below. Definitely go and subscribe to their channels because they are all amazing. I have been waiting for this book to come in the mail for like a month or two now, so I am super excited to see what is in here. I have literally no idea. We've been keeping it like top secret as far as like what books are in here and how many books we've been taking out. Like, I have literally no idea what to expect. All I know is I'm super excited. I've got about 8 books over here to put in the box if I choose to take 8 out. Oh man, I'm so excited though. I shouldn't be trusted with this, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So without further ado, here we go. I was a Boy Scout for actually I don't even think I was a Boy Scout. I was a Cub Scout, which is like pre-Boy Scout. And they talked about like knife safety and like the circle of blood or whatever. I'm not good with knife safety though. I really shouldn't be trusted with this. I also don't want to cut the books. So I'm gonna have to be really careful, but this thing is like covered in tape. You can't tell because I don't want to show off mine or Stephanie's address because she's the one who sent it to me, but it is covered in tape, and this thing is super beat up too. Oh my gosh, there's so much tape, you guys. Ugh. We're almost there. We're like 3 layers in. I feel like I'm performing surgery on this box. It's done. I'm super excited. Okay, it is open. I am going to see what books lie within. Here we go. Okay, first up we have The 1,000 Deaths of Ardor Ben. So I've actually seen this book at my local used bookstore a handful of times, and I've almost bought it, but I haven't. And so I'm super excited about this. This is like fantasy, epic fantasy, but with like a thief main character, and I've heard some good things about it. Not a lot about it, but I might have to get this one. Oh my gosh, I already want the first book that's in here. I can't take out all of the books, right? Can I? Okay, next up is Cory Doctorow's Radicalized. I have never heard of this book, but I have heard of this author. I haven't read anything by them, but let me see what this is about. Okay, so this looks like kind of like science fiction, dystopian type of book. I've heard good things about this author, but I've never heard of this book before. Very interesting though. Okay, next we have 9 Fox Gambit by Yoon Lee. Another book that I've never heard of, but I love this cover. Check this out. Man, that is cool. Okay, so we've got some really fun science fiction here. Looks like a very space opera type of thing. Oh, I might want to get this one as well. Okay, next is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I haven't read this book yet, but I do already have a copy of it, so I'm definitely gonna have to pass on this one. Ooh, next up somebody put The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter in here. That's super cool. I've already read this book, but somebody's gonna love this, so I'm really glad that it's in this box. If you haven't read this one, it is a lot of fun. Super like intense battles and like underworld madness and crazy dragons and things like that. It's really awesome. Okay, next is The Wall by John Lanchester. The back of the book says Unputdownable. It's 1984 for our times. I haven't read 1984. I really need to. So this is another dystopian book, which is super cool. I haven't read a dystopian book in quite some time, actually, so this sounds really intriguing. I know who put this book in. Green Rider by Kristen Britton. This has got to be Fina. I'm shocked that it's made it this far, actually. I already have a physical copy of this book, and I have already read it, but I do hope that somebody down the line definitely picks up this book. It'd be too funny if it ended up back at Fina's, because all of us have read it because of her. Ooh, okay. So I actually have not read this book, but I've seen it all over the place. I think the series just concluded with book 5. I think it's called like The Discord of Gods or something like that. This is The Ruin of Kings. I think Fina actually really loves the series. I wonder if she put it in. But I've actually really been interested in this book and this series. I've heard that it is super epic fantasy with a whole lot of perspectives and like a lot of characters. So I've heard it's kind of hard to get into, but that it's worth it in the end. So I'm definitely gonna have to hold on to this one. Oh, the next book is amazing, and I'm so glad that somebody put it in here, because I was actually gonna put it in here too, but I guess I don't have to now. That is The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. I hope to God that somebody takes this book, because it is amazing. This is one of my favorite books of the year. So good. It's like fantasy, but like with a mystery thriller aspect in there as well. And this book is amazing. So somebody's gonna get lucky with this. Okay, and lastly, we have Sheep Farmer's Daughter by Elizabeth Moon. I think I've heard of this book, but I don't know. It sounds really familiar. Hang on. Okay, so I've definitely heard of this before. I have no idea where from. Some booktuber that I follow must have reviewed this at some point, because it sounds super familiar, but I have literally no idea who that might be. That being said, this sounds super good. I'm probably gonna have to hold on to this one as well. Okay, so now I have to narrow down which ones I want to keep. Okay, so I've finally narrowed it down. I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and keep 3 of the books. The first of those is The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons, or Lyons. I don't know how to say her last name, but I've heard too many good things about this. I want to know what I'm missing out on, and I'm super excited that this was in the box. Next, I am going to go ahead and hold on to Sheep Farmer's Daughter by Elizabeth Moon. I think that the person who reviewed this is Jimmy, and I'm pretty sure that he enjoyed it quite a bit. I gotta know what's going on here. It sounds super intriguing from the premise, and so I'm definitely going to be reading this soon. And the third book that I've chosen to keep is The Thousand Deaths of Ardor by, who is this? Tyler Whitesides. I've heard a lot of really interesting things about this book, and I've had my eye on it for too long. Can't pass it up, I just can't. Which means that I now have to put 3 books into the box for the next person to choose from. I have quite a few books that I was contemplating putting in, but I have decided on 3 of them that I think will be crowd pleasers, hopefully. The rules for this are that it has to be a standalone or the first book in a series so that anyone can read it. It can be either hardback or paperback, mass market paperback, or ARCs. They said that's okay too. And like I said, I just have to put in as many books into the box as I took out. So because I took 3, these are the books that I've decided to put back in. First up, we have The Pariah by Anthony Ryan. This is a series that is ongoing. The second book just came out. I believe it's called The Martyr. I read this last year and I enjoyed it, but I don't think that I'm going to be continuing it just because there's so many other series that I really want to get to. That being said, I know a lot of people really enjoy Anthony Ryan, so hopefully someone will love this book. The next book that I'm going to go ahead and put in the box is The Gunslinger by Stephen King. I know a lot of people have read the Dark Tower series, but I know a lot of people haven't as well, and I think that this is a really great and important fantasy series, especially for people who love like horror and fantasy and just like really out there stuff. So hopefully someone will get this book and it will prompt them to finally pick up this series. And the last book that I've chosen to put in the box is Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. I wasn't crazy about this book, but I know that a lot of people have, so hopefully this will go to somebody who will really love it. It is a new release and it is quite buzzy, so hopefully someone will enjoy it. But that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Fina for putting this together. I've been looking forward to this for so long, and I have some awesome books that I now have on my shelf, and I'm super excited to read them. And yeah, this was just a really fun idea. I really do think it was, and I hope that she does it again soon and that I'm invited back, because this is the best. Next up after me, I believe, is Kate, so make sure you go ahead and see what happens next as far as what books of these she chooses to keep and which she chooses to put in. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!